Hi, I'm Erno of ernohanning.com, and I'm a mentor, author, and speaker on attracting clients. And today we're talking about attracting clients with Brigitte van Tuijl. Hi Brigitte, how are you?
Hi, thanks Erno, I'm fine. How are you?
Good. And can you tell us something about you, where you live and what you do?
Yes, well, my name is Brigitte van Tuijl, as you already mentioned, and I live in the Netherlands, in Leiden. And what I do is I help heart-centered entrepreneurs and change agents get unstuck and on purpose so they can make a bigger difference with their message.
You say unstuck, but does it mean that everybody's stuck? A lot of people are stuck?
Well, yes, a lot of people might not be stuck, but the people I work with are. And what I see is that a lot of people get stuck because of all kinds of doubts they can have about themselves or about their business or about their work. And especially when you want to grow your business and reach more people, the more you want to grow your business, the more you have to get out of your comfort zone and the more negative beliefs you can encounter. And all these doubts and negative beliefs can really stand in your way of growing your business and growing yourself. And I help them let go of those beliefs and clear them up so they are no longer standing in their way and they can reach a much, much bigger audience, as much as they would like, basically.
Right. And we talked, I think it was like October last year?
Yes.
And you had a similar breakthrough, right?
Yes, absolutely. Because I have been stuck for quite a while, and I already was successful in my business, but never to the point where I really wanted to be. And I also wanted to work outside of the Netherlands, but that was such a big, big step that scared the hell out of me. So I didn't feel comfortable doing that, and so I've been wanting that for several years, but I was just too scared. And since I've had my own breakthrough and I got rid of my own limiting beliefs, that's when I was able to make this step. And that's why I think I can help others overcome their negative beliefs as well, because I do know what it feels like to be stuck and how to get rid of it.
Right, right.
So, yeah.
And do you see a lot of people that have negative beliefs about earning money?
Yes. Absolutely, and especially people who want to make a difference in the world and who really want to make a change and a positive contribution. Because, well, making money is hard enough as it is for most business owners. And I think especially when you are not born in a family of entrepreneurs and no one taught you how to do it, then you have to learn it for yourself, which is, well, that can be hard enough as it is. And then there are all kinds of negative beliefs around, it's not ethical or not right to make a lot of money when you help people. So there are a lot of negative and limiting beliefs around making money with your mission. And so I think a lot of people have problems with that. Yes. Yeah.
I talked, I think it was 2 weeks ago, with Peter van Tuijl, and he talks about commercial idealism.
Ah. That sounds good.
I think, yeah, it has nothing to do with beliefs. It has to do with, but similar ideas about making good money with even improving the world, right? So that so that these two go hand in hand.
Yes, absolutely.
I think that's
they should go hand in hand. I
think. Yes,
yes,
they should.
And they can. Yeah.
I saw in your LinkedIn profile that you have a 7-step program.
Yes.
I need to check it again. Freedom, right?
Yes.
What does that mean? What does it do? What are your 7 steps?
Well, those 7 steps is really the method I use in all of my programs, and it's the 7-step freedom process, which means that in my main program is Big Mission, Big Impact,
right?
And the steps you go through is find your purpose, which I think is really important to because it's the foundation of your company. It's reflecting on your talents and to really explore what makes you unique or how you can distinguish yourself from other entrepreneurs. Mm-hmm. It's about exploring your message, because when you want to change the world or make a positive contribution, then you have a message. So what is your message exactly and how can you communicate it? The second E from freedom stands for engaging your higher self, the part of you that knows your life purpose and that's connected to the bigger picture.
Right.
The D stands for designing and defining your ideal company, because it's one thing to want to make a contribution for the world, but I strongly believe that you have to be, you're supposed to be very happy with it yourself as well. So what does your ideal client, your ideal business and your ideal lifestyle look like, and how can you set boundaries, stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And then the O stands for outlining and owning your niche, because when you know your purpose, your message, your ideal client and your audience, you automatically know your niche. And then the M stands for mindset and beliefs, which is something that's woven through the program and all of the underlying steps.
Right, right. And you mentioned, because I think that's a magical keyword for me too, ideal client.
Yes, absolutely.
And who is your ideal client?
Well, my ideal client is the heart-centered entrepreneur who really knows that he or she is in business to make a positive change, to contribute to a transformation in whatever area. They are ambitious entrepreneurs, but they also want to be happy. They are open-minded, and they really want to get out there in a big way, to share their value and their knowledge and their services with as many people as they can.
Right. Do you have a life example of somebody that we may know that has these big ideas and is moving forward now?
Yes, I do have examples, but I'm not sure if I'm at liberty to name any names. I didn't ask permission for that. So,
okay. Can you describe what they do and how it changed for them?
You mean what they do in their business?
Yes.
Well, a lot of them are trainers or coaches or authors, because that's, well, kind of a logical field to be working in when you have a message. And a lot of them also really want to work internationally,
right,
which is a huge step. And I think you will be seeing some of my clients in the future internationally.
Right.
But I really can't say any more about it now because I didn't ask anyone's permission to.
No, okay.
So, yeah.
And you wrote a book in English,
yes.
Right?
Yes.
What is the title and what is it about?
Well, up until now, it was still kind of a secret because I'm not really ready to publish it yet, but I'm going to give you the title anyway. Why not? Because I am going to publish it. And the title is The Art of Divine Selfishness, Transforming the World by Thinking of You. That's the title. And basically what it's about, that what I strongly believe is what we need to change the world is for every person to live his or her life purpose. And in order to do that, you need two things. First of all, you need to know what your life purpose is exactly. Mm-hmm. But that was basically what my first book was about. And the second thing you need to do, once you know what your life purpose is, you need to, you need to live it. And if you're going to live it, then you have to be your authentic self. You have to do all the things that really are part of you and belong to you, and everything else you have to say no to. And that's not always easy.
Right.
And so that's why I think divine selfishness is the answer to that.
I think a lot of people have difficulties, but even if you don't see it on the outside, but getting yourself out there and trying to get out of your comfort zone.
Yeah,
a lot of people have difficulties with that, and they struggle with that. And the moment when you see them on the TV or on a screen, or you see them typing in the blog, you don't see that, but on the back end they struggle a lot. I can say that from personal experience. And by the way,
yeah, well, so yeah, me too. Yeah, I've struggled a lot, and there are still a lot of things that I find scary or, that feel too big, but I'm going to do it anyway. But it's not always easy. That's true. And people don't normally talk about these things.
No.
Just say, you see the end result, you see the book someone wrote, or you see the blog someone has, or his or her website, or his or her business success. But you never know how long it took them. And how hard they struggled. That's why they say it takes 10 years to become an overnight success. Well, I think that's true.
Yeah, I think so. I've just listened a little bit to a podcast with copy blogger on Chris Brogan, how he took 10 years to build where he is now, and how he lived on short snacks at conferences that he couldn't afford. And look at him now. And the same thing, I just wrote the latest blog post of Michael Hyatt, and he has a very good blog about leadership. He has no doctorate degree or anything, no book about leadership, but he has one of the best known blogs about leadership. Yeah. And he wrote more than 1,000 posts in 8 years, and that completely changed his life. But it takes forever. It takes a long time. It takes struggling. It takes you need to pursue what's really in you, and also I think that's the most difficult part, at least for me and the people I talk to, is that you need to say goodbye to some of the stuff that you started before that you thought was the right thing, and then you find that it's not the right thing, and you have to say goodbye to those, and then quitting something, that is really scary, right?
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. And I think it's very important to allow yourself to make mistakes. I mean, even now, we're talking in English now, and it's not my native language, and I'm listening to myself, and I know that I'm making a lot of mistakes, or, I'm looking for words, but who cares? I'm just doing it. So I think that's important, to allow yourself to make mistakes. Just try things out, and if it doesn't work out, just try something new, try it again. Next time you'll do better. Just make mistakes. Who cares?
Right. So that's your main advice to people who get stuck, is just to try and make mistakes, right?
Yes. Absolutely. Yeah, just go ahead, make mistakes. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Yeah.
Do you think that if you pick a, and I already probably have the answer because it's in your message, but do you think that picking a certain audience or picking a niche is really helpful to grow your business?
Yes. I think it's the number one thing you need to do to grow your business. Absolutely. Yeah. Because if you want to do too many things at the same time, or you want to please too many people at the same time, you're just offering nothing, really.
Right.
So, I think it's very important. It all starts there. Mm-hmm. Yes.
So let's get to the attraction part. So how do you attract clients?
What do I do for my marketing?
How do new clients come to you?
Well, first of all, through my website, and they find my website probably because I'm on Twitter or Facebook or Pinterest, or they find me on. I think basically that's it. They find me online, and then I have an e-zine that I write weekly. And most of my clients find me through my e-zine, I think. And what also works very well for me is hosting free teleseminars. So that's also something I regularly do, and that works very well for me as well.
And you announce those in your e-zine?
Yes, and on my website, on my blog, on Facebook, on LinkedIn. Yeah, I announced everywhere.
Right. So, and how often do you do it? Once a month or so? What?
Well, no. I think up until now, I think I hosted about 4 or 5 free teleseminars a year, and I'm going to host my first English one in a couple of weeks. I haven't planned a date yet, but I plan on hosting, I don't know, like 4 free teleseminars a year, I think.
Right.
Yeah.
And is these more that you have like a Q&A, or is it really that you are telling something, explaining something?
I'm explaining stuff, yes.
Right.
I'm giving value and content and information.
And at the end, you sell something?
Yeah, mostly I do, yes.
Good. I want, this is just to learn how you do this stuff, right?
Yeah.
And at the beginning, you looked at your ideal clients. How did you find where your ideal client was?
Well, I think you don't find your ideal client by looking out there. I think you find your ideal client by looking inside yourself. Who are the people you love working with most?
Right.
What kind of problems do they have? And that should be problems that you love helping people with. If someone has a nasty rash or something, well, that's quite an annoying problem, but I'm not the one who wants to help you with it, So what kind of problems do you love to solve? And who do you like most of all? What kind of people? And in my ideal client profile, I added several things that have nothing to do with business. But that I like, I like people who love life and who enjoy a nice glass of wine and nice food, and I don't mention that anywhere, but it's in my ideal client profile, and I think all of my clients do enjoy life and enjoy nice food, and because it's what I like, and it's and somehow I think you send out that vibe, and you attract those people who like those things, even if you don't mention it anywhere.
Right.
So the search for your ideal client starts inside of yourself. That's what I believe. Yeah.
That's really smart. How do you think of new products? Because right now I think you have one program.
Yes.
I guess you will build new products.
I think so. Yeah.
How do you think of new products? Do you that together with clients?
Well, yes and no. If I make a product, well, I used to make a lot of. I have made a lot of products in my old business, just to call it like that, and yes, I made products based on questions clients ask me. So when I noticed that I got the same question for like the 50,000th time or something, I thought, well, maybe it's a smart thing to make a product out of it. So I won't have to tell the same thing over and over and over and over again, and I can just tell it once, make a product of it, and then a lot of people can learn about the same thing. So I will be creating products for my new for the new things I do, the new services I deliver now. And I will be creating I don't know, do you call that creating with your clients when you make your products as response to questions your clients have?
Well, I think yeah, I think that's the first step. The next step could be that you actually do something together with your clients. But listening to your clients, I think, is already a major step moving forward. Yeah. Right? If you just build products because you believe the world needs those, that's a different thing. Then you don't work with the clients.
Yes. Yeah.
You mentioned before that you work with Facebook, Twitter, and your blog and so on. What is your tool that brings the most clients to you? And I call those tools.
I think Twitter.
Twitter?
Yes. Yeah. And it's also the tool I like most. So there might be a connection between those. I'm not sure. I think so, yeah. So Twitter works best for me. Yes.
Your ideal client is heavily available on Twitter.
Yes. Yes. And maybe you know more about that because I just started on Pinterest a week ago. So I don't have a clue. What I hear is that can really help you generate a lot more traffic to your website. Is that what you've noticed?
I think that you could, because you use it depends a lot on how you value pictures in your blog, and I think that you use a lot of beautiful pictures in your blog, and especially with you use the plugin photo. What's it called again? The plugin for Flickr.
Photo Dropper.
Right, Photo Dropper, and we talked about it 2 days or 3 days ago, and they revised the plugin, and now what it does, it embeds the photo actually in your website. Previously, it took the photo from Flickr and it stayed there, and now it just downloads the photo and you really get the photo in your website. So that really works well with Facebook and Pinterest and so on. So I think that it will work really well for you because the photos that you select for the articles that you write really belong to the article, and then it gives you the impression and it gives you a feeling about who you are. But if you don't have many pictures in your blog, and then I don't think it's going to get you a lot of traffic.
Okay.
But I think it will help you a lot.
Okay. Well, we'll see. We'll see. Maybe it'll start generating more traffic to my website than Twitter, but I don't know yet.
We'll see.
Yeah, just play with it and see what happens.
Right. Yeah. You have a blog. I know that because obviously
you made it.
I've made your blog, right?
Yeah.
And just so you know, just to give you the viewer a reason why we talk together. And how many visitors do you have per month? Can you share that?
Well, I think. Well, that's a good question. I think about 500, maybe.
Right.
At the moment.
And your Dutch blog was a lot more, right?
Yes, there was a couple of thousand per month. But people are still finding me on my new website, so the number will go up.
Yeah,
I think it's around 500 now, but it might be lower. I'm not really sure.
No, but you write every week an article and you send out these in, so I think that's going to take care of a continuous stream of traffic.
Yeah,
which is good. And your website is combined. You have one website including the blog, so that's a combination. Yes. I like that, of course. And you have a newsletter. How many subscribers do you have now in the English version?
About 2,500.
Wow. So you took over a lot.
Should go up as well.
Sorry.
That number should go up as well, and it will. But at the moment, it's 2,500. Yeah.
Did you take a lot of people from your your Dutch newsletter, to the English version?
Yes, I also lost. When my ISIN was still in Dutch, I had around 3,300 subscribers. So I lost people who, or simply because their English is not good enough.
Right.
Several people said, well, I love reading your ISINs and I think they're very interesting, but I just don't like reading in English. Well, I can understand that.
Yeah.
And there are people who are no longer my target audience,
right?
Who are not entrepreneurs and who don't find as many useful tips as they used to before. So that's why I lost some subscribers, but I've still got 2,500 left, and the number is growing again. So that's
but for a lot of people, that's already a huge list. I mean, I see a lot of people that just have a couple of hundred. So you have 2,500. That's a lot.
Yeah. And I started with 2, my mother and a girlfriend. So I've come a long way. It takes time, but if you keep on writing them and sending them out regularly, you will build your list. Absolutely.
And you send it weekly, and do you get clients from your list? Do you see that you actually get clients from your ISIN?
Up until now, yes. All my clients, but I think 95% of my clients already knew me through my ISIN and then became my client.
Right.
Yes.
Right. And do you also offer a commercial message? Do you do marketing for your new products in your ISIN?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
In each ISIN, or is it every once in a while? Okay.
In each ISIN, yeah.
Cool. So people know that you have a commercial message, and you have your other business, and you're just not giving everything away for free.
Yes. They know I'm selling something. Yeah. But I didn't start out like that. I started out with just giving information and not. I didn't want to be too commercial, I didn't want to seem too salesy or something. And then when I did try to sell something, people would react to it, like, oh, she's selling something. That's not what I subscribed for, that's not what I'm interested in. So I changed that. People definitely know I'm selling things. Yeah, but I am a business, so, I am selling things.
No, I agree. I completely agree.
So I think you should sell something, or let people know you sell something in everything you write, in every ISIN. Yeah.
I cannot agree more with you. How do you keep a wealthy balance between entrepreneurship and the rest of your life?
Well, I set strict boundaries. I'm really good at that. That's why I wrote a book about it. So basically that's it. I know exactly what I need to feel good and to be energized, and I make sure I get that. That's, yeah.
And the strict boundaries, you mean you shut off your computer and you don't log on at night or on the weekends, stuff like that?
Yes, yes. Sometimes I do, of course.
Yeah, no, I know.
When it's, you know, when it's busy, or when sometimes I think I have a great idea for an article or something, and then it's Sunday afternoon. Well, you know, if the idea is there, I write it. So I'm going to wait till Monday. But yeah, I try not to work on weekends and evenings. And yeah, and when I'm not working, I'm not working. So I'm not doing anything. That's work related.
Yeah, it doesn't work for me that way. I'm sorry.
So how does it work for you? How do you do it?
Well, you know, in the weekend, I mean, this week I have 2 webinars. I have a presentation. Last week I had 2 workshops. So this weekend I had to prepare the webinar for tomorrow, and I had to prepare the ebook for tomorrow, which is important to do that too.
Yes.
So I work, but I work then, because now I'm in my office, which is upstairs in my home, and I work then downstairs. I work in the living room, so that I'm around my family. The family sees me, and I hear them. So I have a connection with them, but I'm still working. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, sometimes that's just how it is.
Yeah. I'm sure it is. What is your goal in business or in life?
My goal in life is to live my purpose and be happy and feel free and just have a great life. That's my goal in life. And my goal in my business is to reach millions of people worldwide and to inspire them to live their life purpose.
Millions?
Yes, millions. Yes.
And you're all going to do it from Leiden?
Yes, because I don't like traveling. So working online works great for me. Yes, that's my goal.
So you're going to do more like videos also from that you're going to talk to people because they can see you? Because I think that it really helps when people see you and they get to know your personality a little bit better than just writing.
I think so, yeah. And I hope my books are going to help, because obviously it's not going to be possible to talk to all these millions of people in person. And this is something else that I wouldn't have been able to tell you well, I think 6 months ago or something. You know, I wouldn't have given you this answer. That would have felt too scary, because I'm not there yet, not by a long shot.
Right.
But, you know, it is my goal. It is. So, yeah.
That's really cool. Okay, thank you. I just have a question so that people can reach you. How can people find you?
Well, they can find me on the internet. And is it possible to type my
I will put it in
web address, because I can say it, but no one can.
No, we just because I will put it in a blog post, but when the video is on, they won't see it. So it's
BrigitteVanTuijl.com.
Right. It's BrigitteVanTuijl.com, right?
Yes, thank you.
That was long.
Yeah, it is. It is. Yes.
And on Twitter, what's it?
I'm sorry?
How can they find you on Twitter?
At Brigitte van Tuijl.
Right.
B-R-E-G. No, I'm spelling it wrong. Just put it in there as well.
Well, if you're watching the video, you just have to go to the blog post and click on the links over there, because it's going to be a lot easier to pronounce all these letters.
There. Okay.
It's complicated. Okay.
Yeah, it is.
Thank you very much, Brigitte, and I will see you around, I'm sure, because I will be one of those millions that you will be influencing. Thank you very much, Brigitte.
Thank you, Erno.